Alright then, so let's get on the next 4 Robot Masters, starting with Airman. He's weak to the Leaf Shield, so that's what we'll be doing. There's a glitch, not a glitch. It was a trick in the NES version that allowed you to select the stage, and you press the jump button and replace the stars in the background with Pippies. Which is actually really horrifying, but it doesn't work in this version, so be unthankful or thankful depending on your view. Speaking of Pippies, they are pretty plentiful on the stage, but we're not at them quite yet, but I'm not gonna let my guard down. These guys, if you let them live long enough, they'll start throwing their little lightning bolts at you. It's just a matter of getting enough shots in to get them to abandon their cloud. The only way they can do that is death. Alright, so here the Pippies are. They are kind of proving Rowan Mithril's point about their difficulty in avoiding them. No, dang it. Yeah, the trick is, of course, to get the egg to be defeated before the actual little, I'm not sure if the bird is called the Pippies or if the little birds are named Pippies, but one of them, point being, they are one. These guys I actually find a little more difficult than most people seem to. It's just it's a weird. There's not a very large period of time between when the horns appear and when those little guys appear. But thankfully it seems like I'm getting them. You could always cheat and, not cheat, just take a bit of damage and then run across the horns, because you won't be stopped, but, usually I'm, okay with avoiding that, but, today I accidentally did that, it seems. There we go. I don't want to scroll them back on the screen after that. These guys are, not too hard if you're careful. I'm not being careful, so they are giving me difficulty. Whoa, a Pippi just... Alright, I forgot that they could still appear right above the solid block, where they shouldn't be able to. Airman has kind of this memetic reputation of being really difficult, including probably because of that song. Some people are wondering why that song and his reputation even exist. I'm one of them. Also, I should be using the Leaf Shield, so more things I don't know about, but do be a little bit careful. This guy is actually kind of difficult from the perfect run standpoint, since he can those tornadoes can actually have a pattern that is literally unavoidable, but they don't do a lot of damage to you. So thankfully, we've defeated Airman. And this cutscene can also go on a little bit longer than I'd like. Not just can, it does, always. Item 2 is the item I was talking about earlier, if you want to go to Heatman stage, and bypass those blocks. As well as get those extra items in Metal Man stage. I know, I'm doing weird order today, so those will not be shown. Anyway, Crash Man is, I see a lot of people talking up the stage music, and admittedly it is pretty good. This stage itself is kind of more of a generic climbing level. Crash Man himself, if you're not familiar, throws bombs, so not exactly something his design would make obvious, but okay. There's also some, I think they're false rumors that he was once known as Clash Man. That was only true in, I think, a Game Boy Mega Man game, which featured Crashman and did accidentally call him Clash Man. Bit of a weird mistranslation, but aside from that, I don't think there's ever been a mistranslation. At all with this one. This thing can take a little while, as you can see. This gets a bit more evil in the Wily stages, but all I have to deal with here is this will be the very last we'll see of this guy, so, fare thee well. Just want to get rid of that guy. Now, there's going to be an attack soon that I think without master weapons or glitches is literally undodgeable. At least in the NES version. Not completely 100% certain about here, but, and of course it also comes from Pippies. Of course. But, thankfully master weapons exist, so... Actually, here's another good use of item 2. Good place to use it. Oops. Completely mistimed both of those. But, we're already up to Crash Man, which is nice. He himself is, his stage is harder than he is, to be honest. Whether or not you're using, the air shooter or not. But, the way it works is that, actually I should show that if you let him... Usually if you let... Okay, in the NES version, if you let him, he would just walk back and forth, but, and he would only jump if you shot anything, but, here he jumped without me doing anything, so... Okay, I'm not sure how that works, but... Oh well, thankfully it's not too much more difficult. He's not very, accurate with his crash bombers. Unfortunately, though, the weapon itself is not the most useful thing ever. You only get 7 usages of it, with, unless, of course, you replenish your energy at any point. And they're fairly limited, in terms of use. I don't know of any enemies that they do a lot of damage to. At least not if you shoot it directly at them. They do stick to things, though, so I guess... That's a tad useful, but it'd be nice if it had more than 7 uses. Also, it can break these, but, it's also pretty, just as easily, usable with, items like these. Also, if you didn't notice, the stage is ice physics. I believe in the ROM of the NES version, this was just a modified version of Iceman's stage. Which is a little bit. Yeah, these returning Sniper Joes are kind of a little bit of a pain. There you go. So, as you can see, part of the gimmick of the stage is choosing the correct... Not correct, I should say. There's, you can bypass enemies with just this. Oh, wait. Oh, that enemy up there, I said it was the last appearance of him, but I guess it wasn't. So, you don't want to miss this area. If you're not certain of yourself, you can use item 2. I just realized right now, I probably should have. Because, you can't, you don't get another opportunity to get the D-Tank. Oh, wait, unless you use the Crash Bomber, which I have, so... Never mind. Yeah, maybe I should have just taken the damage and ran past him, but, oh well. This last jump, for some reason, in the NES version is kind of difficult, and since I didn't really want to do that Sniper Joe again, that's kind of problematic. Flashman himself is not the most difficult boss in the world. His weakness is technically the both the Crash Bomber and the Metal Blades. Also, a weird glitch in this is that if you pause while he stops time, you'll actually be able to move again. Oh, I still have some usages left. Here's an example of it. And the weird thing is, this exists in both the NES version and this version, which I'm hoping means it's not intentional. But, oh wait, I think I accidentally did the glitch. Also, I completely messed up that last part. I apologize. Actually, he seemed to take a little bit less damage in this version than in the NES version, so maybe they buffed him up a little. But, as you can see, he can't be completely defeated by the Crash Bomb. Maybe what it is, actually, is that you have to get it to explode. Which, actually, considering his attack patterns, wouldn't be that difficult to do, so... Not his attack patterns, just his walking patterns. So I kind of messed up on that fight, but, Item 3 just crawls up walls, so... I also just realized I haven't explained what Item 2 does, but I've already shown it, so... That's not too much of a problem. Now, most Robot Masters, I should say, are immune to the Time Stopper. It also is kind of limited, it's kind of another weapon that's usage is really, really limited. For one thing, if you use it, you have to completely commit to it for the until it runs out of energy. But it's useful in just specific situations where you don't want enemies to appear. I guess it's... Didn't select weapon properly. But, these guys don't appear in Heatman stage at all for whatever reason. Also, another usage for the, bubble, lead. Anyway, a little ledge up here, you gotta jump. And in the NES version, this little hallway would light up, but nope, here you just get a complete drop. Now, here you're gonna want to commit to either the left side or the right side. You know, for those first two screens, at least. You will not have enough time to dodge unless you do. I also think you have to hop here to get enough time to get out of the way. But, actually, I think it would have been best if I went into this direct side of this wall here. Because we have another one of these guys, and it's a pretty tight corridor here, so I'm not too happy about that. Not that I'm ever happy to see these guys. Thankfully, their cousins in Mega Man 3 are fairly nerfed, but both the version of Sniper Joe and the equivalent of the... Ooh, boy, I accidentally scrolled another one of them onto the screen. Also, I realized that reaction was a little delayed, so now you're probably going to be thinking that the commentary of this video isn't synced properly. Now, technically speaking, Quickman's weakness is the Time Stopper, as well as the Crash Bomber, but you don't want to use it on him until he's at half health, because, you'll see, I said most Robot Masters are immune to the Time Stopper, so don't try using it on them, but now Quickman's a little harder in this version, believe it or not, than the NES version, even though he's considered a pretty hard boss there, too. He's less quick here, but he's more durable, so he's more like his Doc Robot fight. I only recommend using, like, maybe... Oh, I didn't mean to do that, believe it or not, even though I said it was a weakness. Actually, let's try it against him. I think it's not that, you... Oh, I meant to... I think it's, again, you have to try and get him to run into it. But now that we've got him past half health, let's use the Time Stopper. As I was saying earlier, also, I recommend only using one E-Tank before you get to Dr. Wily's stage, because I usually need like a few of them around the last two stages, so... Although there are more to pick up, well, if you pick up every E-Tank in the Wily stages, you can use 2 here. But I'd recommend having all of them for the last few stages. So, I guess I'll save to another file. Because we're going to take on Dr. Wily in the next episode. I'll be seeing you there.